Hey friends, I just wanted to put together a quick video for the hem of the Secret Garden sweater. So the whole hem is made with a half double and it works in the round, essentially just around all of the panels. So read the instructions for the spacing to get your first row down, but after that it mentions that you're working in front loop. So if you've never done that before, I wanted to include this video to give you that chance to get familiar with it. So I've done a chain one to get some height on that row, yarn over, you insert, instead of all the way through the stitch, just into the loop that's closest to you. It's a little tricky for the very first one because it's going to be tight since you've done a slip stitch, but you pull back out, yarn over, pull through all three on the hook. That's your half double. Yarn over. Again, I am not doing this. I'm only coming up through the front loop. Okay, so yarn over, anchor that down, yarn over, pull through all three. So that is the front loop half double crochet. The reason that I'm doing the front loop for this particular hem is when you look at the outside, it has this really pretty kind of teardrop braided looking shape, and that's going to show up for the entire hem around the sweater, so that'll really help to frame it nicely. I'm going to zoom along here. If you are not familiar with working in the round as the pattern calls for, I'm going to just show you how you get up to the next row. So again, we're just imagining that this is a big sweater, not just a tiny circle. Okay, so that was my last stitch. I can see that this was the first chain that I made, and this is my actual first stitch of that row. I can see the post, I can see the little stitch behind it that loops over, so that's how I can tell this is not a stitch, that was just the chain. At the end, to slip stitch, insert into the first stitch of the row, yarn over, and just simply pull through everything on your hook. I like to go ahead and give that a tug and tighten it down because that's not a real stitch for the purpose of the pattern. That was just a slip stitch or a joining type of stitch. So from there, chain, yarn over, and here's my first. Oh, sorry, I need to look at my hands, not the camera. Again, this first one's tight because you've just done the slip stitch. Through. Okay. And this video certainly does not need to be this long. Most of you've probably already checked out. And that's okay. I just wanted a chance to kind of show the pattern in closer detail that shows up for the hem, because as you build more rows it definitely becomes more prominent. There we go. So that's that pretty border that you'll end up with. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments and let me know. Bye guys.